Well, hello guys, how are you? I'm glad to present you the next lesson of the module 9, which is called Science and Technology, and today's theme, Modal Perfect. We are going to speak about Modal Perfect. As you see the construction, it consists of modal plus have plus past participle. But before starting, let's revise some modal verbs. What modal verbs? May in negative form, may not. Might, might not. Could, could not or couldn't. Should, shouldn't or should not. Would, wouldn't, would not. Ought to, ought not to. And the last, must and can't. We can't use must in negative form. We can't say mustn't. We can't say. And vice versa, can. We can't use can in modal perfect, but negative form can't we can use in modal perfect. Now let's see the construction of the modal perfect, which consists of modal plus have plus past participle. Now let's start. The first modal verbs or modal perfect, may, might, could, plus have plus past participle. When we use it? When we are not sure what happened in the past. For example, I can't find my mobile. I might have left it at home. Now, you see the next picture. You see the old house, yeah, and some people showing something. And example, Shakespeare might have lived there. Now the next, could plus have plus past participle. We use when we had the ability to do something in the past but did not do it. As for the example, I could have borrowed a bicycle, but I decided to walk instead. The next slide, or the next modal perfect, can't plus have plus past participle. We use it when we are sure that something didn't happen. For example, they can't have closed the museum yet. It's too early. Now the next slide, must plus have plus past participle. We use when we are quite sure about the past action. For example, my maths homework isn't in my bag. I must have left it at home. Now, as for the next example or next modal perfect, should, ought to have plus past participle. Two variants of using. The first, when expectations were not fulfilled. For example, he should have or he ought to have told us he wasn't coming. And the next variant, when a piece of advice was not taken. The next of using, yes, this modal perfect. For example, you should have or you ought to have been more careful. Now guys, I'd like you to watch the video, the using of modal perfect, when we can use it and where we can use it, and with some examples, yeah? Please watch the video, try to watch attentively, try to understand this video, this material. Thank you. Welcome.
Hello and welcome to my quick overview of past modals. You must have heard people saying should have, could have, might have, but what does it mean and when do we use it? Case number 1. We use should have, ought to have, could have, might have, plus past participle to talk about actions and states that were very good ideas in the past but did not happen. So basically, you're communicating a sense of regret or blame. For example, I should have called him, meaning it was a very good idea to call him, but I didn't. You ought to have taken that job, meaning it was a good idea to take that job, but you didn't. You might have asked for a raise, meaning, yeah, that was a brilliant idea to ask for a raise, but you didn't. She could have been a fitness coach by now, meaning it was possible to become a fitness coach, but she didn't. Case number 2. We use may have, might have, could have, plus past participle to express speculations, in other words, possibilities about a past situation. These speculations are usually based on some facts we have. A fact: he didn't come to the meeting. Speculation: he may have got into a traffic jam. A fact: she speaks very good Spanish. Speculation: she might have lived in Spain for some time. Case number 3. We use might have, had to have, plus past participle when we are almost sure about our conclusions. He must have traveled a lot, meaning I'm pretty sure he's traveled a lot. This event had to have influenced their profits, meaning I'm quite certain that this event has influenced their profits. Well, I hope it makes sense and now it's clear when to use past modals. You're all welcome to write your examples or questions in the comments. I'll be happy to answer them. Thanks for watching.
Well guys, I think that the video was interesting and useful for you. I think that you understood everything. And now let's do some practical task. And you see on your screen the task. Choose the correct answer. There are given 2 possible answers and you should choose one. There are 5 sentences on this task. Welcome, do it. Now guys, let's check your answers. I think that you are right and your answers, all your answers are right, and let's check. The first sentence: I should have studied medicine at university, but unfortunately I decided to study graphic design. The second: be careful, you could have broken the window with that football. The third: my tablet isn't in my bedroom. My brother must have taken it. The fourth: Yerkan can't have finished his math project already. He only found out about it this morning. And the last sentence: you needn't have bought me a mouse pad. I already have one. And guys, I think that my lesson, today's lesson, was useful and interesting for you, and everything was clear for you. And at the end of my lesson, as usual, I want to say that you have received the most basic content on a new topic, and you will receive other materials from your teacher. But if you have some questions connecting with this lesson, you can ask your teacher, and I wish you good luck, all the best. Thank you for your attention. Goodbye.